The Invisible Man is a film that was initially part of the Universal Dark Universe, meant to be started by Tom Cruise's Mummy film, and now it's a standalone film from Blumhouse Productions. It follows a lady who escapes from an abusive relationship with her sort of millionaire inventor boyfriend who's been keeping her captive in his fortress-like house, and she tries to adapt to life away from him. Initially she's hiding out with a policeman who is a friend of her sister's, and then she finds out that the boyfriend has committed suicide a couple of weeks after she ran away. At the start of this film, when you see her trying to run away and escape, her sister picks her up from like a country road in the middle of the night, and he comes running after her and smashes through the car window trying to get to her. Now she gets an inheritance from him. He gets £100,000 a month for the next like 3 or 4 years. So she starts trying to do good deeds with this. She pays for college for her friend's child. She, tries to make a go of her life and get over this abusive relationship. But she finds that things are going wrong in her life. She initially sets fire to the breakfast when she leaves the room. She finds that her job interviews are messed up because she's forgotten her work, and she finds that strange things are happening around her. And then you soon see that there is an invisible force terrorising her. She soon comes to believe that this is the boyfriend who faked his own death and must have invented some sort of invisible technology, because he was a sort of leader in the field of optics. And at the start of the film you see her briefly walk through a laboratory full of sinister looking equipment. Obviously we know he is because it's called The Invisible Man, and it wouldn't much film otherwise. This ramps up, and you have her being committed, then killing her sister, or rather he kills her sister, and you think she's losing her mind. Then you have this very good sort of twist where you think she's going to kill herself, but really it's to draw him out, and she manages to attack him and get his suit glitching, and he sort of goes on a rampage killing people in the psychiatric unit. This is a very, very brief synopsis, by the way. And then you have a showdown where he gets killed at the friend's house as he tries to attack the girl whose college she was funding. And you find out that it wasn't actually the boyfriend, it was his brother, who was popped up in the film before and indicated that he was in on the plot with his brother to control her. And then you find the boyfriend tied up in the basement of his property, and you're led to believe that the brother had been behind it all from the start. She doesn't believe this, and then at the end of the film she ends up using the invisible suit to kill the boyfriend when he won't confess to having done anything. He just keeps saying, "It wasn't me, it wasn't me." The film is great. It's very tense. It's not you could say it's a horror film, but it's not. It's more of a really tense psychological thriller. They have this big washed out colour palette. They've got a great sort of soundscape where it's quiet but loud when it needs to be, but not in any sort of loud, quite loud jump scare. I mean, there are jump scares because it's an Invisible Man film, but the tension comes from you thinking that he's in the room, same as she does, and it makes her a nervous wreck, and in the same way it makes you a bit of a nervous wreck. They shoot it so that even in scenes when he's not necessarily there, you're led to believe he is. They just show empty space. So if she's sitting in a room, the camera angle has her put to one side, a bit like I am now, and then you start thinking, oh, there's someone here. And it's funny how all the way through the film you're thinking that, and you're on edge, and she's on edge. Then when he does appear, which is, a couple of times, but not that often, it has even more effect. Definitely worth watching in the cinema, because you've got that sort of quiet, focused environment. If you watch it at home, you should have the lights out, and you shouldn't be playing on any devices because you'll lose the atmosphere. I think it's a great film to watch at least once. I don't think it's probably rewatchable. There's not much hidden away in there. But what I would say is the one change I would make to it is at the very start when she runs away, he you see him follow her through the woods and smash through this car window. And therefore you're left with little doubt that he is sort of the mastermind behind this plan. I think it would have been better if you just saw her escape and you don't see him chase after her and smash through the car window. So that way, when it comes to the very end of the film and you're wondering, is he actually the Invisible Man, or was it just the brother all along? Because she kills him at the very end. It's left more ambiguous, and you then don't know if she was just imagining this control that he had over her and other things, because that's never actually proven that he necessarily had all this control over her. It's just could just be her neuroses. I do wonder if they toyed with that when they were making it, and because of the way people are nowadays, they're probably scared to have it that this lady could have imagined some level of domestic abuse. But I think it would have made it a much more interesting ending. Instead, it was very sort of bolted on the end that she got her emancipation and a sort of relief from killing him. Because people were still in doubt. The policeman character was still in doubt that this had actually gone on. And I just think that's something that they could have tightened up. It'd be interesting just to see if that 10 seconds of film had been cut from it. It would have changed the whole sort of feel of the end of the film. There are massive plot holes in it. That's fine. You're sort of willing to suspend your disbelief because it's such an enjoyable ride, but you can start pulling it apart. How does he get from one place to another without, any hassle? How does he catch up with her so fast? How does he even know where she's going? Fine. I just let that go over me. If you want to be a dick about it like that, that's fine. Then obviously you didn't enjoy the film, and that's cool. You're allowed your opinion, but I was willing to get beyond those kind of things. The suit's cool as well. It's covered in sort of cameras that look like little eyes, and people have got this sort of phobia about all these lots of little holes on things that look like people. You see it on the internet all the time, these pictures on Photoshop where people have got little holes all over them and it freaks people out. I think that was nice. It's a good idea. And because it's a suit and she walked away with it, you can have sequels if you want, or it could be, included in other things. Not that it necessarily needs it, but a excellent film, definitely worth catching at the cinema, and it seems to be hanging around for a while as well, so that's worth checking out. So The Invisible Man, yes, definitely worth watching. Please let me know your comments on it, and please feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks.